Hello friends, welcome back to another 13 Days of Halloween Tumbler tutorial. In this video, we are going to make a wavy lines ghosty tumbler. So I'm going to start out by glittering my tumbler, and I'm going to use UV resin mixed with glitter. The glitter I'm using is Venetian from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I'm going to, like I said, mix that glitter into my UV resin and then apply everything just as one coat. You can also do this with regular epoxy if you want to, but I wanted to get this UV resin on there, get it curing, and then move on to my next step. So you can use UV resin if you want, or you can use regular, doesn't matter. Because I'm using UV resin, I'm going to let this spin in front of my UV lamp for about maybe like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go right into a regular coat of epoxy. This regular coat is the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy, and it's about 20 to 25 milliliters. So I'm going to put that coat over my tumbler to make sure that everything is totally smooth. Let that cure for about probably like 6 to 8 hours, and then we'll be ready to jump into our vinyl and wavy lines and all of that fun stuff. Alright, so after our coat of epoxy is on our tumbler, we can add our clear sheet of vinyl and our other elements. This vinyl is from Custom Designs by Shell on Etsy, and this pattern does come in an opaque version and then a transparent version. Now on a white base, the transparent really looks like a semi-transparent. It shows up really well on the white glitter, but I wouldn't recommend using the clear vinyl on anything like any darker than white. You could probably use it on pastels and things like that, but not on a dark base like you could with a semi-transparent. So because this is a clear vinyl, I'm not going to sand down the surface of my cup at all. We want a smooth, shiny base before we put our clear vinyl down. So at this point, if you need to do any sanding on your tumbler, you can do that. And then I would just add another little coat of epoxy to shine the surface back up again so you don't have any dull sanded spots underneath your clear vinyl, because those will not shine back up when you put epoxy over them. So again, smooth, shiny surface before you add your clear vinyl. I'm going to do a full wrap with my vinyl around my tumbler, and I'm not too concerned with getting like a perfect matching seam here, because we're going to cover the seam with our wavy lines a little bit later. So you just want to get the vinyl on your cup as smoothly as you can. Don't worry too much about getting a perfect seam. As always, I'm going to secure one end of my vinyl down with some painter's tape, and then I'll remove a little sliver of the backing from the vinyl, adhere that to the cup first, and then I'll push the rest of the vinyl onto my tumbler using the felt edge of my vinyl scraping tool. This is my favorite way to apply vinyl. If you have another method that works better for you, by all means use that, but this is my favorite way to get vinyl on your cups super smoothly with minimal bubbles, no wrinkling or anything like that. This is my like tried and true method. After applying the vinyl to my tumbler, I'm going to add another thin coat of epoxy over the vinyl to protect it, because our next step is to paint our wavy lines, and we want to make sure that we add epoxy over the vinyl just in case we need to go in with acetone or rubbing alcohol to remove the paint if we mess up. So I would highly recommend doing a coat of epoxy in between your vinyl and your painting, but if you're like super duper confident, you don't have to. I would just highly recommend doing that. So the stripes I'm going to do, or the wavy lines, whatever we're calling them, I want to do 3 of them, and I'm going to do black, a dark orange, and then like a traditional Halloween orange. And I'm going to start with my black. Of course, I'm using my favorite acrylic paints, the Delta Creative Ceram Coat paints. I'm using black, terracotta, and then I think it's called tangerine, the lighter orange. But again, starting with the black. And like I said earlier, I'm going to use these wavy lines kind of strategically to cover as much of the vinyl seam as possible. And I'm just going very naturally flowing with the wavy lines. If you are not super confident in painting your wavy lines, I do have a wavy line like template SVG file listed on my website, and you can just cut those out of vinyl and then apply them to your tumbler if you'd rather go the vinyl route. It also comes with striping too if you want to like stripe out your wavy lines. So I'll list that down below in the description box if you want to use that. But I'm going to hand paint these because I wanted them in a very specific spot according to my vinyl pattern. I let the black paint dry for about 30 minutes, and then I moved into my 2 oranges. I'm going to do the black in the middle and then do 1 orange wavy line on either side of it. So starting off with the lighter orange, like I said, this is tangerine, and I'm just going to follow the lines that I've created already with the black paint, just trying to make sure everything stays really smooth, very nice and opaque looking. I did end up doing 2 coats of each of the oranges. I just did 1 coat of black, but I did 2 coats of each orange. So I waited about 30 minutes in between each of those coats. But my goal here is just to get a nice, smooth, opaque line on either side of the black one. I let all of the paint dry for about an hour, and once it was totally dry, I was ready to tape off the bottom portion of my cup and paint that as well. So I'm using blue painter's tape here, and I'm just following the straight edge of the vinyl down at the bottom. I am not taping off the wavy line portions of our tumbler. I'm just taping off the straight line where the vinyl is showing, and I'm going to go in with my black paint here and just kind of follow the lines of our wavy lines, like follow that edge on each side, and then just paint like following the tape line. Obviously, I wanted the bottom of the tumbler to kind of look like it was flowing with those wavy lines, so I'm leaving that paint flowing all the way down to the bottom of the tumbler and then just painting the rest of that little bottom portion with the black paint. After adding the paint to the bottom of the tumbler, we can add our decal. Now I'm going to use this decal that matches the vinyl. This is also from Custom Designs by Shell, and I'm going to put this right in the middle of our wavy lines. You can put this wherever you'd like, or you can use a different decal entirely, whatever you want. But I really liked that this ghost matched the ghosts in the vinyl and kind of ties everything together. So I'm just going to put him hanging out right in the middle of those wavy lines towards the bottom of the tumbler. And once I've got that on, I'm going to go right into my final 2 coats of epoxy. For my final 2 coats, I'm using the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure epoxy, and that's it. This tutorial is all finished. So here is the final tumbler design with that Flynn Sisters shine. It is so beautiful, and I really love this tumbler. I love wavy lines, as you guys probably know very well by now, and I had so much fun making this. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. As always, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not already so you don't miss any upcoming videos. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching this video. I want to say a huge special thank you to my elite fam, my channel members, and my subscribers. You all make this channel possible, so thank you so much for being part of the fam. If you want more exclusive content from me, you can join my elite fam at patreon.com/elitefam. You can find my tumblers and digital files on my website madebymalstudio.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at madebymal_studio. Here's another video for you to check out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Bye.